Hello, everybody. This is Adele Bernard from Transition Clarity. Once again, we're here on Authentic Conversation Podcast. And today's episode, number 36, is a beautiful guest. Her name is Peiming Sung, or Sunny, a global prosperity facilitator, is on her mission to share new human narrative and empower other service based entrepreneurs and professionals to live with more joy, determination, and prosperity. She is the co author of two international best selling books sharing her own awakening journey. With a master's degree in science and various certifications in spirituality and human behaviors, Sunny guides her clients to remember their true power, unlock their spiritual genetic codes, and live with sustainable life energy and happiness via a holistic step by step formula. Tune up, clean up, and speak up. She offers her services in both Mandarin Chinese and English to support her clients globally. And I'm excited to share Sunny with you. I met her. She's just a beautiful light, and she aligns so much with what Transition Clarity is trying to share, is about coming home to who you are, to stepping up into your light like nobody else can. The time is now to truly embrace the gifts that you're here on this earth to have. And we're all here to help. So, with that, let's welcome Sunny.
I like that.
Okay, Sunny, welcome to the show. I'm so happy you're here. Um, let's start with a little bit of background. Like,
Mm.
how did Sunny become to be Sunny now? Like, let's give you a little background of who you
Yeah,
are and how you became who you are.
that's a good question because the reason I choose the nickname Sunny because my last name is Sun, right?
Mm-hmm.
But as a Chinese name, Peiming is my first name. Sun is my family name.
Mm-hmm.
But the Sun in the meaning in Chinese actually is like a grandkids. So
Oh.
people always bully me about, oh, you're my grandkids, and son. So I'm like belittle all the time. It's just for fun. But I came to this country in 1991, of
Mm-hmm.
course, study. So I still using the Peiming Sun as my full name. But when I get into more like entrepreneur, I want to build some branding thing. Then I say, well, Peiming in the meaning in Chinese is a little flower bud. We open up and bring brightness and awareness to the world. And with the sun, I say, "Well, I just call myself Sunny then because I share information and maybe catalyze somebody's transition so they can
Mm-hmm.
be more aware. So that's how I choose Sunny. But then I'm going back to the Peiming because I'm really doing the Peiming work, right? Open up and share something I experienced. So I still have AKA Sunny, but I open whichever, Peiming or Sunny. I always think that is
Well,
just always what I'm doing right now.
and it's really interesting because I think names are, we don't understand when our parents name us.
Yeah.
And then as we get older, it's like, oh, they've really grown into their name, right? And you're
Mm-hmm.
like, well, what
Mm-hmm.
does that mean?
Yeah.
And I love the fact like that Peiming is the bud of the flower, and then you're the sun, right? Because you do help people in their transition, right? And we're going to get into that because with the gene keys and stuff, but it's fitting for you. And
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you had to grow into it from that kid getting bullied to say, I might
Yes.
not, I'm not your grandchild, but I'm budding into Sunny.
Yeah, and pay me in the other way sounds like pay me, right? So when people call pay me, it's like, gosh, no wonder I couldn't get rich. I constantly pay them.
That's funny. Well, that's why I introduced you. Like, I'm so excited to introduce you because, like, yeah, we're gonna have a good time. Um, um, so like, I know you're into like the more facilitator, the workshops with the human design and gene keys,
Mhm.
but you didn't start that way. You were
Oh.
doing that
Mhm.
traditional route of I'm a scientist and but I love that you're in the genetics of science because it's I think they go hand in hand together, like the science base to the woo-woo stuff, which is all science anyways, right? It is all science. Music is all
It is a
science, it's
different
all science.
level of the science.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, yeah, yeah. hmm So like
So
for my journey is really I'm very serious because I grew up in this traditional Chinese family. Everything's education based. So
mhm,
you have to strive and I'm lucky because my parent didn't really say, okay, you are the girl, so you can just be like this. They just they want everybody to strive in our education. So I might have that pressure, right?
mhm,
But I also have this like free spirit. I want to just experience life. So I find a reason to get out of the country, right? Come to different worlds. And I'm the first one left my country myself. Like, I don't have anybody here. I just have two suitcases and like landed to the United States. The first moment I was in Detroit. It's
mhm.
about 9 p.m. something, and it's in the summertime in August. And I just get out. I say, what is this place? Like at 9 o'clock, it's still like bright and sunny. There's
Oh,
nobody
right.
sleeping here. So I just like totally freak out. Gosh, so then ooh. Um, but that excitement, it just took me it's like 30 some years already. It's just amazing how time just passed like this, right?
Well, and it's interesting because people who live here, even in Canada, are like, you're
Mm.
excited about landing in Detroit?
But I have no idea what is
I
that.
know, right? Because you have no one telling you all the good and the bad and the whatever, right? I mean, I'm not
Yes.
saying great stuff
Mm.
has come out of Detroit, but some not so much.
But my destination is Baltimore. So I'm waiting for
Oh,
transition. But that's the first city I landed in the United States. hmm
from China or
Taiwan.
from Taiwan? Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
okay. So what made this young free-spirited girl decide I'm out of Taiwan. I'm coming to America. And why did you pick America?
Well, I mean, that time everybody either go to Australia or Canada or United States.
Hmm.
Um, Then I just think I need to go to United States. Maybe the movie. I love movies. So maybe I
Mm.
watch so much of the Hollywoods. I say that is the fun lane. I want to learn more. You know. So I came here. I get my master degree, get married, find a good job, but then fun things start to show up. So that is really the turning point for everything I thought I have American dream already fulfilled, right? A great job and whole house, two kids and husband, three cars. Nothing can be get better like that, right?
Yeah.
Then that is the moments like, no, that's not your reality.
Yeah.
So I get to like a serious ascension process. That is really interesting.
Well, and I like how you say that it's not for you because that was the American dream, right? You married, you have a house, and you had a bonus car. Awesome, right? That means you're affluent. You're doing the dream. Yet
Mm,
something inside your heart saying, no, this isn't your path. You have a better path. Like not a better path, just a different path. And
hmm
so what were those little nudges that you were saying, there's more for me?
Well, the first is working in corporate America. I very naive think about workplace is for collaboration. It's for create a brighter future for everybody, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I have this mentality, come here, I want to make difference.
Mm-hmm.
I want to let my opinion heard, right? Even if it was just a little associate, because they encouraged us. They
Yeah.
said, well, you guys are the best talents. We hire you. So this is the environment for you to develop your career. You can just share whatever in your mind. And I totally believe that. So all of a
Until
sudden, a lot of people just started against me, from the research advisor to presidents. I was like, I'm just this. What's wrong with everybody? You treat me like an equal and want to, kind of have some come talk with
camaraderie.
me.
Yeah.
So I feel honored. And right now I say, wow, they can see me. Maybe I'm different than other associate. So that picked me to fight with. I say, okay. But then that I just feel like, no, this is really stressful.
Yeah.
And I don't want to continue to do that. So when I start to have this thought, I said, maybe I should change. Then I think the answers just come through. So I have to quit my job because there's no way I can survive with that toxic environment. And also my younger kids got diagnosed with something critical. So I have to be around here.
Yeah.
So I just take that hint, the sign, whatever. I say, okay, but I'm not happy. I'm totally resist about, why I have to take totally different path, stay home, single mom, because that time the marriage fall apart too. So
Yeah.
then a single mom with two young kids, no job, with a big house and a lot of obligation, liabilities. Uh, so I start to teach myself about financial because I cannot afford everything I thought that was mine. So I
Well,
start
and
ditch them.
that's a really good awareness. And I think I don't care if you're female or male or how young or old, is understanding what money is.
Mhm.
Don't rely on what the banks are telling you, what people are telling you. You figure it out yourself,
Mhm. Yeah,
right? So you
yeah.
don't end up in that, okay, I've left my job, my house isn't mine. Like, what? But I also want to go back to like like your thoughts and what was going on when you kind of had that realization of like, I'm a single mom. I got a whole bunch of responsibilities now because my marriage is ended. And you have to be a full-time mom to a special needs child.
Mhm. Yeah, I think it's not by choice, obviously. No one
Yeah.
want that to happen to anyone, right? But it's just being that way. The first shock, I think I'm prepared for that because every time I have the big hit coming, I always have the hint. I already know what is going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So the first hint I got is I fought with my ex all the time. We just not in the same wavelengths anyway, particularly when the kids were born. He's not he's my big kids. I have two young kids and one big kids. I cannot handle three kids. So I think that's just about finished. So he's, try to put me down, whatever. But that time he didn't have any job. So I'm support the whole thing. But
Oh,
he tried to
wow.
fight. He tried to fight with me, say, he wanted this right, he wanted this, he wanted that. Then one day he called me because he was like truck driver at that time, tried to pay back his debts. He let a lot of debts. Thank goodness we are not really, together at that time. So we already separate financials. But he said, well, go ahead to dig out some information on the drawer for me. And then I say, all right. So I went there, dig out the drawer, and I have the letter from German. Um, it's from a Germany lady. And I said, but it's written in Chinese. So I said,
Oh,
what? I usually don't open anybody's mail. No, we're trained. We are really integrity. But
yeah.
at time, I'm just directly open it. So I open it. And it was his wife.
His wife from Germany.
His wife from China disappeared, so he came here in the United States, married with me, and think he's never married, but they still married. So that is my first shocking moment. I just like I can hear, like this like totally vast energy around me, and I can if something drop a needle, I can hear that. That kind of a silence.
So, so here you think you're married to a man
Yeah.
and you legally cannot be married because he's already married to somebody who
And different
isn't.
countries. So this document has to be faked. So he faked all the document he had in the United States. So definitely he just using the way to get out the country and you start his new life. I understand all the story behind that, but I cannot accept I involved with that kind of thing. So then after that,
Wow.
he's totally compiled. Okay, you say what you're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do because he doesn't want this thing to go to immigration, right? So yeah,
Is he
it's
still
kind of
in,
the
is he
shocking.
still in America?
Yeah, I really not to say, but
Oh,
it is
sorry.
just
Yeah.
the first moment I know I'm not alone because I can feel that love and support around me. Even that's a shocking moment, I feel like I'm protected,
Yeah.
right? And so after that, we got divorced, and then I moved to a smaller house, sold a big house, got some cash. My life go on. I'm still working in corporate America at that time. But then the second bro is really the biggest one. But because that first one, I get to depression. So I know my mood can drop that low, but
Yeah.
I get backed up. Then I know that is the boundary. I will never allow me to go lower than that. So when the second hit is, I'm prepared not to drop to the first hit.
Yeah.
Uh, but the second hit is really just my son, the diagnose about, he has this genetic disease and no one can survive it over 18 and they are going to gradually lose every muscle in his body. Then usually people die with heart failure or I know pneumonia.
And that
So
must
that
have been like so horrifying as you
yeah,
are
this is
attempt
like
like you're in that field.
yeah. So I was like shocking. Um, but even before I know this news, because he diagnosis by a special doctor, then before that appointment to go to the specialty doctors, we were in the library because I know he has some kind of physical difficulty all the time, easy to feel down and all that. But I don't even suspect it's that big. I think he just needs some more physical
Yeah.
stimulation. But
Because
then
how old was he at the time?
he was about 7,
Okay.
7 years. So
So
yeah.
you're kind of going, are you being a little
Yeah, so I
klutzy?
think maybe he needed, but he got, I just know he's different than my first son because my
Yeah.
first son is running and very well balanced, but this one is a little bit different. But the story I try to go back to is like 2 days before the appointments. We were in the library and check out some movie like we did, That's our family trip because
Yeah.
single mom with 2 young kids where I can go.
Yeah.
Library, learning, watching, reading. So we went there and I usually don't go any other place other than the children's area.
Yeah.
But they are playing. I just getting bored. I think, yeah, maybe I can check out some other area. So I walk around. I know I've been directed. So I walk around into different bookshelves, there's a family sections, and I just randomly pick out a book.
Yeah.
And that was his diagnosis 2 days later. I
Wow.
get that. I say, no, my family, why am I reading this? My family has no history with that, but I read some. I just like horrified. Whoa, what a unfortunate
Yeah.
thing, right? It's related to genetics. So I'm genetics, so I'm
And
getting understanding.
you're getting a much deeper understanding just skimming the book because of your background.
Yes, so I can flick through it. I know what this people will go through and then what caused that.
Yeah.
So I put it back when just normal time. But when I in this doctor office, just 10 minutes, and he just say, I have to tell you this, but we need to do more tests. No, he has this. And I'm like, and I have my sister-in-law, she just bursts out tears. And I'm not even crying. I said, gosh, this is messages. Someone tried to warn me. And of
Yeah.
course, my son kind of like, what? Why is she crying? He just totally innocent. He play with the nurse. He's still laughing. So I cried 3 days. But after the 3 days, I said, I don't know why I'm here. I don't know why I need to do this, but I think I have to. So I stopped crying. I start to live the life and go through a lot of surgeries and physical therapies. And, those people at work just don't like me because I'm not there all the time. But I work in the midnight when everybody's asleep because I had to
Yeah.
catch out the work. But I don't value, I don't believe I need to stay there because no one really just know what I'm going through,
Yeah.
right? Um, so so I just took the package. They have this 6 months package. I took it and left, even before I turned 40. It's just like, oh, lost a job, lost a marriage, and I'm gonna lost another kids. Who knows, right? So I really like a rock bottom in that time, about like 2005.
But
Um,
then I like as much as that was all like, oh my gosh, I'm in shock and I'm still finding my way out of it.
mhm.
I just I just see it as your turning point of blossoming, right? Because
Yeah.
it's kind of like when I was growing up and I always had friends older than me and they'd be like, "Oh, wait till you get your 30s. Your 20s were so hard." And I'm like, "Okay." "Oh, your 40s are just you're coming into yourself, right?" Like, and I'm like, "Okay." And then, "Oh, wait till your 50s because your 50s are just fabulous because you really don't care what anyone says about you." I
Yeah.
go, "Okay." And now and it keeps on going up and up and up, right? And I'm like, "Okay, well, I'll just wait till someone hits their hundreds to see what that's going to feel like." Right? I have a
Yeah,
few
yeah,
knocking on the door, but like,
yes. Hmm.
right? And
Yeah,
so it's
yeah.
just it's
Yeah, yeah. It's just like, I don't even know how I went through this 20 years, but I know it's a lot of resentment, anger, depression, anxiety, and, all this negativity trap. But I experienced it all because I lost the marriage, I lost a job, I have this medical issue, constant have to deal with the insurance system. And I don't know, like, all those kids I see, I love, they have the same diagnosis, just perish one by one. So
mhm,
I'm getting ready to accept this for my son, but he's 27. He just passed his birthday not long ago. So he's still with me.
yeah,
But the doctor say, well, it's just no hope, that this and that. I say, "Oh, that's okay. I just live day by day. If he's here, I celebrate,
yeah.
right?"
Well, and that's interesting. You talked about all the negative emotions because that's not who I've met. I've met
They,
Sunny, who's just this bright light sharing her gifts with the world. And yes, you've had some good stuff to be upset about, and you just like you've dealt with it, you've moved forward from it, you're doing the best you can, and that's all you can do because
yeah.
the guidance is here,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
And it's
Yeah,
like we
yeah,
wouldn't we wouldn't go through these hard times if we were alone. And I
yeah.
know in one of our talks that which I don't know which one, but it was just like I don't know if it's actually I actually don't know if it's you, but I think it was you who said, "Oh, you've had a hard life." I'm like, and it can end now, right? Like I want the freedom, I want the faith, I want the joy now. Like the hard life is out the door. Right? And I kind of feel the same way with you. It's like, yeah, like this has been trying, but I'm surviving and I'm
Yeah.
thriving and I'm
Mhm.
here to help guide anyone who's ready to understand themselves more. And I think it's so empowering because we we're doing the same thing in different ways, right?
Exactly. Yes, yes,
And
yes.
so,
Everybody has different journey, and it depends really like how we see them. Usually when we are walking around that path, we don't really see what we're doing until we are further ahead, right? And looking
yeah,
back, say, oh, I did that.
yeah.
Who
Well,
did that? You
and
know?
it's funny because like
Yeah.
someone said to me the other day, like, but you're so strong. And I'm like, I'm not strong. I just don't give up. Right? It's different. It's like it's seeing the adversity in your life and going,
Mm,
well, what's my other option? Go through the storm or
yeah.
sit in the storm. Well, I choose to be a buffalo. Go through the storm, get it over with, move on, right?
Yes, yes.
And
Hmm.
and so I want to start segueing into the gene keys and human design for the fact that could you have picked a better system to be involved with if you're going to come to the woo woo side from a genetic scientist than gene keys?
Well, again, I think I'm directed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I was actually 2021 around my birthday, July. I said, I feel I'm different person now, but I still want to learn more about the language, about the nature.
Yeah.
Like, what can I learn, then I connect with the human designs through some kind of workshop. I said, wow, this is interesting. So I learned a little bit about human design system first. Then I just hook up with this I Ching, the gene keys, the hexagram. So whoa, this is just like shouting at me because it's my heritage.
Yeah.
I feel guilty. I don't even know what is the hexagram. When people say, "Oh, you're Chinese, do you know that?" I say, sorry, I'm scientist." But I live with it. I can see the
Yeah.
sign, the symbol everywhere I grow up.
Yeah.
So I believe that it's just the timing, right? I start to go in there. I remember one day I wake up, I said, "Oh, I determined. There's only 64 different symbol, right? I can learn that." So
Yeah.
I put the 64 around my house. I just put a post notes. Then every day I
Oh,
just look at
interesting.
it. And then I'm still doing that because I cannot really memorize because I'm more like logical thinking now. I'm not memorized things like the
Okay.
young people do, right? But I see other than the symbol, I connect with different level of energy, just the symbol itself. So I believe that is how I get to it and also activate at a different level. So when I go through the Gene Key training, Gene Keys guide, and also translate the whole book in Mandarin, they give me more of the exposure and connection to what is the knowledge or wisdom behind the symbols.
Yeah.
And now I'm looking back, I said that really is the ancient language in genetics. Because
Hmm.
I learned genetics through the modern Western science is only just the molecular level, the chemistry level, right?
Yeah.
But once I connect to this ancient wisdom is the quantum level. So
Hmm.
right now I see things, not only just the genetics, everything for me start to become 3D or above because they are not the same when I don't have this quantum exposure. But once I have the shift, I can start to relate to different level. If I don't see it, I can feel it,
Hmm.
that kind of thing. So that's how I think, yeah, it's what I need to do. I still don't know what I can do with it yet because I love to share, like to read people's profiles and try to incorporate it into people's life so they know they don't need to read and understand the ancient text, but they can implement some behaviors when
Hmm.
I kind of see their profile. I think, oh, they can complement their certain level of the energy.
Well, and I think what you said about you're not remembering like the 64 hexagrams or gates or whatever you want to call it, but and I think that's how I read it also. I go, I don't know what gate it is. I just know it's freedom. right? And then someone will say, well, that's the 55. I go, that's nice. I'm freedom. Like, right? And then they'll be like, oh, well, this planet's going through this and this is whatever. And I'm like, okay. So Mars is doing what? I don't really care because that's whatever gate, right? And so I'm like you, right? I don't want to memorize a chart
Hmm.
with all its numbers. I want to experience it.
Yeah.
So that's where it's about coming home to ourselves of like experiencing. Oh, well, when we look back in hindsight, oh, we understand why the marriage broke up at this time because the stars were doing this. I was in this gate, I was in this, right? I get it, right? But when we're in it, we're like, why is my life falling apart? And so it's more of an understanding that someone's coming to you to work with you just to get that little hand to say, here's a different path. It's not going to take all the crumbling away, but you might have some understanding of, oh, is that what the alignment was? Is that what was going on at that time?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right?
Definitely, yeah. Because when I first start to contemplate my own profile, I was just like, gosh, the 50 years of my life is just in there. Because once I know how to see it, the different lines and what they mean in ancient texts, they know I'm gonna get divorced by age 30. They know I'm gonna have some difficulty in the 40. And they also so whenever you want to build any new business, need to 3 years or longer. It all happen. Like, I start to build my business online. It's like, wow, everybody can just start to have an income. 3 years. I almost have zero. I invested more than $100,000 to learn
Wow.
this, do that, to hop on to hire coaches and all that, and do whatever they say. I did it, and I did it so fast because I'm the generator. But guess what? Well, I can get maybe less than $1,000 a year for 3 years straight, and I just like, gosh, this is kind of like exactly what they say.
Yeah. If I just picked up the book and read it, yeah.
Yeah, it's just like, all right, thank you for the information, but when I can really flip it, they say it's about this year. So let's see what happens.
Well, and it's interesting you're saying that because um a friend introduced me to the systems
Mm.
and all I saw is little triangles and circles. And I'm like, and they're supposed to mean something? Yeah. I go, okay. And then we'd be talking, and then she'd say, well, well, this is happening for you because of this. And I'm like, where are you getting that from? And she's like, your triangles and circles. I'm like, okay. And then it took me a while. I was a very slow learner. I'm like, okay, I'll go get Richard Rudd's book for Gene Keys. And I'm reading it and I'm like, wow, like it's like he's in my head, right? Like I'm reading this stuff. I'm going, how does he know me so well out of a book?
Mm.
And so like it's the magic. Like we think we're always creating all this stuff alone, right? And it's like it's written in the stars. We can't hide. We've come into this earth with this blueprint to do the good, the bad, all of it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I think
And it's our
certain
mindset of
milestone,
what is good and
yeah,
bad.
certain milestone is set, but in between milestone, we have freedom to choose what we want to do with it.
Yeah, we can either
That's
spin
what
in
I understand.
circles
Yeah.
or follow the path, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It just, you might have a certain time of your phase of your life, you will experience that, but it's still up to us how to choose to react to that thing. So we can
Absolutely.
extend it, that experience, or we can shift it from that experience. Yeah.
Absolutely. And
Mhm.
that's where I feel is the most important part is like everyone always talks about mindset, 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 right? And it's like mindset plays a part, but it's also being in the awareness of self and your inner wisdom, right? That when something says, oh, well, the sky is blue, and you're like, maybe, maybe not. It's like that old proverb, right? Where he says, where he says, the whole town's all excited. He got a new horse. And he's like, it could be good, could be bad, right? Then his son gets hurt on the horse. Oh, I'm so sorry. He goes, could be good, could be bad, right? And it keeps on going. You don't know. Put no
Mhm.
attachment to it,
Yes, yes. Mhm.
right? It's our reactions to what is happening that causes the craziness, not the mindset,
Mhm. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
right?
Well, the mindset is really the starting point, like intention. If you coming from fear, then you will have experience more fear and suffering because that's how you coming from. So you ripple out with that same low vibration. But if you just like the guy said, well, in the middle, like it can be good, it can be bad. So you open a possibility.
Mm-hmm.
So when things come in, if you don't react to certain thing, you don't enhance that energy or frequency, then you have more way to choose how to go the other route. But if you attach to one side too tight, I don't want this, I only want this,
You're going to
that's how you're
create
gonna
more of
be.
what you don't want.
Exactly. And because eventually it's not yours, you'll be taken away.
Yeah.
That that is just the law.
Well, but that this is how I started shifting the mindset, because the intention with the mindset, if you're coming from your head when you're setting your intention, it may or may not be your truth.
Yeah.
You might have something going on in your head that's somebody else's truth that you think is yours. But if you come from the heart and you say, I'm asking for the highest good of all concerned in every matter of every day, it could be good, it could be bad. There's no emotion. And I think that's where a lot of us get caught up, is because we think it's our mindset, and it's actually just our emotions saying, pay attention, right?
Mhm. Particularly you force the mindset to stay in one side. We want to be positive all the time. We want to only just block the energies, put
You can't.
ourselves in this protections, and that is even worse because
Mm-hmm.
what happened is the balance got lost. So if you only just in one side and the other side will have to match with it. So that's how the I Ching, the hexagram really teach you the yin and yang, but they are not complete yin, complete yang. They always have something in the middle. But when you lose the harmony, then you only stay in one side. You're gonna tip it on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
So that's mean when you expand it to the highest points in your career, you know what's going to happen, right? You're going to be balanced to the bottom.
Yeah.
So if you are all in the bottom, that's the only way up. But
Yeah.
remember that life is like that. So whenever we are on the upper, we are on the lower, it's just the life.
Yeah.
So if we don't have attachment, we have a more fun ride.
Well,
Other
but
than
it's also
build
to
up.
use the roller coaster as an analogy, as you're
Mm,
like saying on the fun ride,
yeah.
to appreciate the high highs when you have them, right?
Yes.
And say, yeah, the lows don't have to be as low next time. Come on, bring them up, bring them up. Like how you said, like you said, whoa, I was below this line. It's not a good place to be. I'm not going to go that low
Mhm.
anymore.
Yes.
And we're not saying you're not going to have lows, but it's like it's in perspective to really acknowledging when you're having the high and celebrating it,
Yeah.
right?
It just
Because
see the moment. Like if you
yeah,
have it, just like I have my son. If I had
yeah,
it, I celebrate every single moment. And I don't know worry about he's gonna be gone because everybody's going to be gone.
yeah,
He worry about I'm gonna be gone first before he can. So when I think everybody worry about something, it will happen to them, but those things happen anyway. How
yeah,
about just reserve the energy to celebrate what we have?
yeah. Well, and I'll be the first to say I was very bad at that. right?
Well, that's what give you opportunity to get better,
Well, I
right?
know. And so it was like, it was only in reflection that I'd be like, oh, wow, I guess I did come through that pretty easily. Or, wow, I did accomplish something. Right. And so I'm learning to, like, for instance, even this podcast, celebrate when it's done.
Yes.
Yeah, I got another podcast in the can. Yay.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
And
Yeah.
so, um,
Mm.
yeah, and it's not waiting for those, like, those births to happen, as I say, right? Celebrate the little
The little
yay,
win. Yeah, yeah.
right? Yeah.
But
And
show up is already 50% done, right? It's a lot of things we think we not done anything, but like show up is already 50%, and you finished, even good or bad doesn't matter. You finished, I mean, you complete a
it's
circle.
complete. Yeah.
Then all other is up to the universe.
Yeah.
How are you gonna do
Well,
this?
and some I want to say gurus or whatever, some people are saying the hardest part is showing up.
Mm,
Like 90% of anything you're going to do in life is showing up. And the thing that I see the most is when I'm working with clients is that I says they've never showed up for themselves in their life,
yeah,
right? And I know you can appreciate that because if you don't show up for you, you have nothing for your kids.
yeah. Yeah, but I also guilty, I just bake some frozen pizza and a chicken nugget, whatever they want to eat. You go eat and they play games, and I'm just like, I need a break. Uh, but
Well, I know,
I
but the thing
know I
that's
still go through it.
that's where building that community helps, right? Because when you need that break, you'll find another mom that will be like, "Oh, you need some help? Let me make the dinner."
Yeah.
Or I'll take them to soccer. Like, just chill, right? And
Mhm, mhm,
and it's interesting as you said that because when I was younger, I found all the single moms,
mm.
right? Because I never had kids, so I'm like, "That's all right. I'll take them to soccer." Oh, I can't ask you to do that. And I'm like, you never asked me. I'm offering. And then they're shocked, like, what? I'm like, I'm offering.
Mm.
And then we'd get to soccer or baseball or whatever, and the parents are just like, wow. And I'm like, single moms can't do it alone.
Mhm.
We all have to help. And even if you're not a single mom or a single dad, do you mind taking Johnny to soccer? I can grab them after. Sure.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah, that's how the collaboration they happen, right?
Yeah. Right. And that's how I grew up was the community raised us. It wasn't like you had to be at everything because, you had to watch your kid everything. It's like, no, I'm going home with little Johnny tonight. Oh, I don't know about that. You better come home with me. Why? That's fear. Let him go home with little Johnny.
I mean, that's similar like while I grow up in Taiwan. That's how everybody is very particular. My parents, they coming from mainland China. They lost everything. They cut in
Yeah.
half, right? Everything they own, their relative is not have any connection for 3 decades. So what they can have is just enjoy what they have. So we do have a village. All the people move from China. We kind of have this row
Yeah.
house, and all the kids, and they never shut their door. There's no doorknob. It's just a screen door because all this tropical with mosquito,
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
And kids just open in and out, and then we go to places, they feed us, and we watch TV together. We have game outside, and we fight, right? Of course, we fight. But and parents just let them to do it, and they don't really interfere
Yeah.
because we need to learn the skill. Like they learn so much about how to appreciate life because they are so happy they are still alive through the wartime. All those governments and Japanese and communism. Um, so they don't they focus on more important things in life than.
Yeah.
That's how I grow up in this atmosphere. I know you don't need things to be happy.
No.
You just need to appreciate you are alive. Then you can be
Well,
very happy.
and that's a good point of if you got a roof over your head and food on the table, you're in the top 1% of the world.
Yeah.
So be grateful. Count your blessings.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
when you do you still talk to your siblings back home?
I have a younger sister still living in Taiwan. My older brother actually is in here, like 20 minute drive from me.
Oh, nice.
So my parents still there in Taiwan. My father is 94, my mother is 85.
Oh, wow.
You think about through the war zone, the loss and all this chaos they experience, they might have a lot of problem, right? No, they are so resilient.
Yeah.
My father is still using the internet to communicate with us. My mother still go to shopping herself and prepare meal for my father. They are so independent in a way. I feel I'm so lucky to be here because I cannot go back to help them. Um, but maybe that's genetic too. Like we're just tough cookies. Two generations, right? We just tough it out.
Yeah.
But I also learned about this can be a choice because resilience linked to the telomere is a DNA in the line of the
Yeah.
chromosome.
Yeah.
Right? When you be more resilient to embrace the challenges and adversity, you elongate your telomere structure. So when we shorten the telomere, that means you're aging out, you're dying soon. But if you longer, then you have a much longer lifespan. And I don't do my genetic data like that, but I can definitely see the trend, from my parents, even my grandparents, their stories, even, wow, I don't even know that is not real, but I can see the lineage, the toughness, the
No.
resiliency is within us. Um,
Well,
yeah.
I agree with that, and I don't have any set background in science whatsoever to back it up, but I just know by looking at my parents, their parents, like we're all entrepreneurs, we're
Mm,
all living a long life, or like, and it's just, you know, not that some of us haven't had hiccups, like everyone has their little hiccups, right? Um, and we just keep going. And it's really funny because I had a different podcast on, and like, and he's knows the Gene Keats and stuff too, right? And he was just like, there's just some people that are born to have the tenacity and the the spirit to be entrepreneurs. And that's a very small few of us. Others will
mhm.
never, couldn't even imagine leaving a job, but we need them too. And I think that was a very important thing.
Yeah.
We all can't be entrepreneurs, and we all can't just be workers in offices.
Mhm.
It's finding that balance to keep the world going in the way the world needs to be going, because we all know the economy is a word that used to run in this structure. Well, that's all changing too. What is it changing to? I have no idea, but I know it's changing. It's just
Yeah.
it's a knowing within me that whether it's Bitcoin, whether it's like whatever, I don't know, but it's changing. And
Mhm.
maybe it's going to be like with your son or my friend's daughter, like whoever that says, "Oh, this is the new coin," or "This is the new dollar," and we go, "Okay,
Yeah, yeah. We just use it because really that is just something we use to exchange the connections.
yeah,
But sometimes if we get more involved, I believe our consciousness is really matter, right?
yeah,
Uh, the other things, sometimes I'm really jealous about, the backyard animal, the ducks and geese. They don't need to pay rent. They can have the shower whenever they want. They can eat, they can fly, they can just, do whatever they choose to, and they don't really have a worry about it. They live in the present.
yeah."
But look at us, worry this, worry that, and so worried about I don't have money, so what? But like we used to don't need money, right? We just need people in village and connection and support. Then we can raise the next generations. Of course, we don't want to live back to that way, but at least that's the last attachment. So I have to have this, so I'm not going to be thriving. But you don't need to. You just need to change your belief system. So why not? Like we did that before,
Yeah.
but we can make a better choice. We don't need to go to like that anymore, right? It's all based on what we
Well, and it's
want to do.
interesting too with as we go through our different weather patterns of do we have electricity? We don't have electricity. And someone on Facebook had pointed out that she was very, very grateful for her humble beginnings because if she lost all electricity
Mm,
and she lost the corner store for groceries, she would be fine with her kids because she knew how to grow a garden. She knew how to make butter. She knew how, like, right? And I was like, I could survive to a point, but I sure like the conveniences.
yeah, until we have to, right? Right now we enjoy what we have. So don't worry about it's gonna be gone. Like when we gone, we figure it out, we always have this
Well, I
creative
know, but like
some scientists invent something.
no, well, years ago, I was driving tour bus, and I I was on this one trip that was like taking the native city kids to the land. And I go, what? And the elders were saying these kids have grown up in concrete. They have no idea about their elders, about the history, about the teachings. And I'm like, cool. So I'm driving and I'm listening, and I was just like, how do they not know this? Even I know all this. And it's true, right? Because it's like you meet families and it's like, so do you speak the like your native tongue? No. Because when like as you came to Taiwan, but come from Italy, come from wherever, we came to assimilate into the country.
Mhm.
So they let their native language go. And I thought interesting. And I'm saying keep your native language, but when you're out in public, speak Canadian or American or whatever, right? Because I
Yeah.
remember going to work one day
Mhm.
and we had all these like Spanish speaking people and we're waiting for the elevator and I was like, did I move to Mexico or something? And they're like, they turned and looked at me and I go, exactly, English. You're in Canada now. And then they kind of laughed. They go, yeah, but it's just easier talking. I go, it's not about easy. You left home for a reason.
Yeah. Well, that remind me the first year I choose. I didn't force. I know I need to be exposed to more English. So I signed up for a 1 year contract with the dormitory for graduate students. Um, then it's a fun thing because everybody using the English I cannot understand. Because they coming from a different country with the accents, right? So we speak English, but we seem to guess about what they are really talking about. So give me the training about a year. It's just like everybody's different, as long as we have the desire to communicate, we can get a message out. So I
Yeah.
become more relaxed about language. But when I moved to the Midwest of United States, that's changed. Like well, I'm not in the graduate school anymore. I'm in the workplace. So I got judged by all the accents and all the different grammar errors and stuff. I say, but you understand what I'm talking about? No, you're not the same class as I might, right? So I know that feeling when we immigrants or something, particularly you don't really have other options other than just do certain level of jobs. Um, but I feel a little bit uncomfortable about the judgment within our own immigrations people, the own immigrants. So, for example, if we go to get the U.S., citizenship, so you can see someone like me has advanced degrees, and someone would be just totally no English, and they're
Mhm.
kind of nervous about what's going to happen to them or something.
Mhm.
Um, but sometimes we think we are advanced, but it's not. Like it's just different level of a job we do, but we get the same treatments because we are not born here.
Yep.
It's just different level of the treatment. And I still think about you want to merge to a different country. It's really a big courage. I would say big jump, and you need to prepare for your next generation because that third culture, the kids you raise, they see your suffering, right?
Yep.
And they want to be like their friends, and they know they cannot be totally like their friends.
Yep.
So they create a different stress in that level. So very early on, I start to make sure my son they can feel they don't need to know my history if they don't want to. So it's not because I don't want them to keep the heritage, it's that they don't need to if they choose to be here. But it's obviously very interesting. I find out the way I do that kind of thing, I don't force them to learn Chinese. I don't put
Yep.
them to the Sunday school. You are Chinese, you have to learn because they are not Chinese. They're born here, they are the citizen in the so culture. So I become very sensitive about what I put the pressure on them.
Yep.
But look at my older son, he speaks Japanese, Chinese, English, and little Spanish because he just
Wow.
curious about language because he can hear me talking to my parents, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Then he traveled back to my parents and he looked like a Chinese, but he cannot speak Chinese, right?
Yeah.
So he has a lot of pressures on the streets. People come to him and blah, 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 and he just so they give him more of the trigger to learn the language. So I think that actually I think is a better way to force anybody to be something or learn something. But if their choice, they to go to the different country, they need to live there. They want to build their life. You're
Yep.
right. They need to use the language most people understand. Because
Yep.
the more you use it and people like understand you more, and have a better chance to go to place you like, other
Yep.
than you just grumbling, complain, oh, I'm immigrants. But who signed a paper to be immigrants?
Yeah. Well, and my parents are immigrants of Canada. So like I'm the first generation born like your son, right? And
Mm-hmm.
but the funny thing is that if you're coming to Calgary and from anywhere in the world, you tend to find me because none of my like most of my circle of friends aren't from Canada,
Yeah.
like from South Africa and China and like Germany and England. Like so, it's quite funny.
Mhm.
Yeah, but it's also too that I think the younger generation is saying we can do it all if we choose to. They are learning more languages and because it's opening up because the world is so big yet so small for them where for us it wasn't. It was like, when you made that decision to leave home, that was a huge step. Where now they go, I think I'll live in England for a while. Oh, I think I'll live in Timbuktu for a while. Oh, I think I'll come back to the States for a while. Like they just, because the internet has opened up their whole life so much,
Mhm,
right?
mhm, mhm. Yeah,
And
I mean the separation between different culture is getting thinner and thinner because we all understand we are all connected in a way, in the
yeah,
clouds, the world news,
yeah,
or the hurricanes. I don't think hurricane can only attack only one country, right? The current one from Philippines to Taiwan to China to Japan, it just goes through everything.
yeah,
We know we are just living on the planet Earth. Everything is connected. So if we still have the solid boundary, eventually we're going to have no boundary. But now we still need some kind of boundary. But
yeah,
it don't be too silly about, as long as I am okay, I don't care about other country.
no.
That is not going to be.
Well, but I mean, it's even within this country, like the East, like they're going, what are you talking about? And I'm like, when was the last time you were over here? Well, I used to come all the time 20 years ago. And I go, you know how much it's changed in 20 years? It's called 2 million people in a summer in a little town. And they're like,
Wow.
oh, I go, yeah. But that's okay. It's all, not everything's for everybody. So as we're wrapping up, it's been a pleasure. It, like these podcasts just go so fast, but I love the conversation. And how has understanding the gene keys and human design impacted your life? And as you become the prosperity facilitator.
Well, I think it's just the tool I use. So everybody might use different way to become more aware about who they are, what they are. So I basically using the human design body graph to understand my mechanics. So what
Mm-hmm.
I experience is really the energy behind that, not just my spiritual, my mind say you are that, you are this, because that labeling is really just so personal driven. It's not really the whole truth. And I using the gene keys, using that as a soul blueprint, because it really is based on the ancient system. So we are given this particular gift, well packed inside our DNA. Then we're coming down to experience light, and certain time we will start to unleash this gift. So I can see that the pathway I experience it, and also interview a lot of people, and I just disclose, and they all say, so I got more and more to have a
Oh,
confidence. This is the really the soul blueprint, because
yeah,
we coming down with the special set of the talents is already within.
yeah.
It is really up to us how to using unique way to start to be awakened.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that for me is the tool for me right now, and also I encourage people to study and contemplate their own keys. Because those keys is only you have a like special connection. I can give you the basic in how you study, how you have the knowledge about lines, but until you have this openness to really connect to the frequency, because all this language there is frequency, it's not the words.
Yeah.
You flow a little bit, given more space and time, then I assuming everybody will have different shift pretty soon, because really that is the language to talk to your genetics, and a different level of the consciousness. When you choose a lower vibration, which the shadow language, talk to yourself, you'll stay there a little longer.
Yeah.
But once you see your profile, you can shift to the gift. You can really go to the highest code city. That's your full expression in your DNA. Play with it, because you already got the name, the frequency there. So for example, my radiance key, that's the most important key for happiness and healthiness, uh, is 51. So in the low vibration, it's agitation. I can definitely see I'm agitated a lot of time when I'm younger, fighter, this is not fair, that. Um, but then now I see, oh, I can actually shift to the gift. That's initiative. So I can using the same energy, same fighting warrior spirit, going to create something new. Right. So I'm not distracted anymore. I become more constructive. Then in the
Well,
way I'm doing that, I might have a chance to become fully awakening, because that is the highest expression.
and I think that's like so perfect in the way that like you don't have to take it as a negative. It's all part of who we are. We have all of us have the same structure, the same body graph, depending on which system. The human design system tends to be more mechanical, more left brain, would you say? And then the gene keys is more right brain, or that's how it resonates with me. But it's all of us, and we have all of it within us. It's what is being spotlighted for you at this time, right?
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
because I remember I was talking to somebody about your negative traits or whatever. And I go, who wants to look at those? And she goes, well, it's awareness. I go, okay, fine. And one of mine was control. I'm like, I don't like that word. And she goes, but if we didn't have people like you going into the muck of the crazy mosh pit of whatever's happening, saying, okay, you go here, you go here, you do this, we wouldn't have control. And I'm like, okay, I like that way of doing it. Right. But again, spin the meaning and it's like a whole different world, right?
Yes, yes, yeah,
And
exactly. Yeah, we
yeah,
can choose how to react to the certain word, but when you see somebody using a different way, you say, "Oh,
yeah.
I
So I
like that."
like that side if I use it in the positive light.
Mhm.
um,
Yeah, yeah.
so what would you want to finish on? What would you want to say to people that are listening to this and you know, yeah,
I will say if you are in the past to want to know yourself at deeper level, and you also realize you constantly using the self-abusing energy to talk to yourself, like I'm not enough. I'm never going to be doing this. I don't want to do it. I can't. If you constantly using that language, and I advise you to pause that
yeah,
and using that moment, so oh, I did that again, and just stop and do something you love to do. So
yeah,
you will find out the more you become negative or self-abuse yourself, you become more love yourself at the same time.
hmm,
We call it pearl habits. That's I'm the tiny habit coach. That is the moments when we doing the self-abusing language or someone did that to us, we start try to fight back, hold that thought, and you can thank yourself for the awareness, or you can just
yeah,
drop it and do breathing, or you can just eat chocolate, ice cream, whatever that make you happy
yeah,
for that moment. Then just celebrate.
yeah,
Then you actually turn all this negativity, the moment, the trigger, and into something beautiful to nurture yourself. Right. That's the pearl thing. When you're irritated, and then you start to nurture it, and then you become better and shinier.
yeah,
So then do that. You'll be amazed in just a short time. Your negativity, you actually like that negativity now. Oh, okay. If I say that, I can eat ice cream. Yeah. So if you can celebrate, then you don't feel that's negative. It become like a game. It's just the push the button. Oh, you push that. Okay, I got that.
yeah,
But then you start to evolve. Say, I don't even need to push the button. I can just celebrate whenever I want.
yeah,
That can shift much better. But it's need practice. It need allowance. It need a permission slip so I can do it. Once you choose to
yeah.
do it slow. Celebrate, celebrate, celebrate. Anything, good or bad, don't care. Just the
Well,
experience.
and it also makes me think of even if you are being triggered, it comes back to your reaction. Oh, I'm being triggered. Why am I being triggered? Thanks for sharing. Let it go, right?
Mhm.
Become that duck, because it's the biggest thing of being the triggered is a reaction to the trigger,
Yeah.
right?
And that is so habitual. You don't even know you're doing that. You continue to do the same pattern and you attract the same suffering, same relationship, same whatever. Uh,
Hmm.
then that's how I was 20 some years. And then looking back, I said, oh, who are you doing that? I allowed to do that. If I don't really react to that, I shift it, I don't waste my energy. I can end that suffering much earlier, but that's how I learned my lesson.
Yeah. Well, my dear, this has been so wonderful, and um, all your contact stuff is going to be in the show notes,
Oh, thank you.
and yeah, I'm glad I met you. Like you're just a ray of sunshine, and I think I can't get shocked on these podcasts, and every guest has shocked me again. So, yeah,
Well,
thank
thank you
you.
so much for hosting this
Yeah,
space. Just be the lighthouse you are and keep
I'm
shining.
did it. Showing up every day.
Yeah. Thank you, Adele.
Wow, what a great conversation with Sunny. And I encourage people, if they're curious about their design, especially with Gene Keys, as she was a um, scientist in your your genes, like the physical genes of your body, to contact her, have a session with her. Um, it's a fascinating journey. I don't study as much as I could, um, but yet it's a fascinating journey. It gives you perspective on what's your path, like especially if you're struggling to how to move forward. It's just there. It's in your keys. It's in the human design. If and also like if you're into astrology, it's in your astrology. We can't make this stuff up, even if we could. So once again, that was episode 36. All the show notes will have all her information, and I'd love you to join, subscribe, follow, leave our comments. Once again, Adele Bernard from Transition Clarity, and this has been an awesome, authentic conversation.